Star Trek will not be presented tonight, so that we may bring you the following special program.
Word Balloon is brought to you by the League of Word Balloon Listeners.
Terrificon, Connecticut's biggest Comic-Con, is back at the Mohegan Sun Expo Center in Uncasville, Connecticut on August 16th through the 18th. See your favorite stars from TV and film and shop for comic books, toys and memorabilia. With top creators from Marvel and DC, costume contests with prizes, and so much more. Tickets on sale now at Terrificon.com.
Welcome to Word Balloon. John is still under the weather, so in the meantime, enjoy this brief interview John had with comedy legend John Cleese from Monty Python. Unlike me, this was a real conversation they had during COVID.
Hello, John.
How are you? Well, no trouble remembering each other's name.
Indeed. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. I'm calling from Chicago. And
I was there last week.
Oh, wow. Does your daughter still have the company there? Isn't it Video Arts? Wasn't that your business company?
Yes, it used to be based there, but we sold the company a long time ago. I really like that company because in my business, there's a whole series of projects, all of which come to an end. And it was the one thing in my life where there was some continuity. So I was very sorry that all the other directors, who were all 10 years older than I was, they all wanted to cash in. So that was it. I went on for a bit, and then someone else took the company over and thought it was all about e-learning, and they discovered that it wasn't, and that was the end of that.
Wow.
So listen, we got a limited time. Is there anything you want to ask me or tell me?
I do. I wanted to ask you about collaborating with Tim Brooke Taylor and Marty Feldman on Atlas the 1948 show, and also with the Ronnies compared to working with the Pythons and what it was like.
Well, I worked with the Ronnies on the 66 and 67. I did each year. I did 13 programs with them, but I never wrote with either of them.
Okay.
I was very much the junior. They were very nice to me. They were kind and supportive, and both of them were a bit mystified why I was so terrified. But I was performing to 14 million people live, but I used to go through such agonies of anxiety beforehand. But the writing, the constant was Graham Chapman. Because once I got to London in 66, Graham was studying at Bart's Hospital, and it suited him to write with me some of the time. And most of the writing I did was with him. Sometimes I wrote with Tim, but not very often. And I did write with Marty a few times. But basically, Tim wrote with Marty, and I wrote with Graham. And just occasionally, we'd all sit in the same room together and write together for a bit. And then Marty was so successful that he went off to the BBC, and Tim Brooke Taylor went with him. So Graham and I spent about 18 months, and we didn't perform at all. He was studying for his final exams, and I just married Connie, so I didn't want to be off in studios. I wanted to be in London until she got used to the place. And then we started watching this program. What was it called? Do Not Adjust Your Set. And it had Eric Idle and Palin and Jones in it, and we knew them because they'd been at the writers' table when we were doing writing for Frost. So we just rang them up and said, why don't we do a show together? But most of the time I was writing with Chapman, probably 80.